This video is to review information we learned about in Unit 4, and it's specifically for Learning Target 4. The we in that nature would be 6th grade students at Grant County Middle School. Rather you are in Miss Leach's class or Mr. Camacho's class or even Miss Rash's class. We talked about different things. Learning Target 4 was titled Explain How Immigration in the U.S. occurred in 3 waves or in waves. It didn't necessarily have to be 3. The book says 3, but in this particular thing, the 3 great waves were 1, the founding people of the United States, where they came from the very beginning, and they typically came from Northern Europe. When the country first got started, there were a lot of things that were happening, including the Pilgrims in the 1600s and 1620. The Pilgrims came over on the Mayflower to Plymouth. I know we got Thanksgiving come up, so I thought they were very appropriate to bring up. The reason why is because they were good examples of refugees. The reason why they were refugees is they were fleeing persecution because they didn't have the freedom of religion that they were seeking. Therefore, that made them refugees because they were seeking safety so that they could follow or worship the religion that they wanted to. And that's their reason for coming to the United States. A lot of times refugees are brought up, though, out of war. They're seeking safety to get away from the war, to get away from the violence, and the number one thing for them is just to be safe. But in that case, it dealt with religion. So that was the first great wave, and it lasted till about the 1860s. The second wave starts around the Civil War time, and people were coming in the second wave from Eastern and Southern Europe, and they were also trying to escape persecution as the governments in those regions were changing. The final wave is still ongoing today. It started in the 1960s, still going on, and it's basically where the United States is getting a lot of people from Latin America and Asia. In my class I talked about this, but we have 3 great examples of this in our community here of Grant County to see this, and that's just dealing with the restaurant areas. If you look at the different Chinese restaurants we have in the community, they are generally owned and run and operated by Chinese immigrants. The same could be said for the Mexican restaurants that we have in our community here. They are run by Mexican immigrants. And then finally we have a little bit more of a camouflaged example, but the Subway restaurants in the county, the one in Crittenden, the ones in Dry Ridge around the Walmart, and even the one in Williamstown, are owned by Indian immigrants, people that have immigrated here from India. So we have real-life examples of all of this going on around us in this particular section, demonstrating that third wave that's discussed. And so in this area you might have to read a passage and be able to respond to it. But other than that, it should be kind of a review of things we discussed regarding immigration. So good luck with Learning Target 4.